Saturday, as you guys are well aware, we had a very successful, energetic um, event on Saturday, both in English and in Spanish. And I do not envy David and Ryan and Angie and everyone else who literally stayed up hours on end before the event getting ready, and then more so the day of the event, doing it in two different languages, and supporting all those that were on there. I also want to thank all those on this call who participated, and created videos, sound bites at the event. Those little touches, hearing your inspirational stories, and just feeling of your energy really made those hours pass by fast. So we appreciate all that you do for Actives, all that you contribute to Actives. Um, and so I want to turn the time over to Angie real quick, before myself and David kind of recap the event, because there were a lot of new announcements, new promotions that happened at the event. And so before we give some spoiler alerts and only give a 10,000 view level of what happened, I wanted to hand the time over to Angie, who's going to kind of go through each one for you. I know there might be some of you on this call that didn't get a chance to participate at our event, or some of you had some internet connection issues throughout the event. So we want to make sure that we capture all the great announcements and promotions that's going on. And we'll actually open up the floor for a quick second. This is pretty much unprecedented right now, where we create a promotion or we announce a promotion and the updates and then give some time to you. But we really feel that it's important at this time that everybody understands it, and they have the next couple of weeks and months running towards the wonderful announcements and promotions that we have. So I'll hand the time over to Angie.
Okay, thank you, Stu. As Stu mentioned, we had an amazing event, and what we announced at the event was absolutely incredible. Before I get into the announcements and go over the details of the announcements of the event, I just want to remind everyone that July is the last month to qualify for the 500 Club. So this will be the last month that we open it up to existing distributors. If you signed up, so we'll use Diane example. Diane signed up in July. Since she signed up in July, she still has the 90 days to get her 10 enrollments and qualify for the 500 Club. But if you're an existing distributor before May, then you have the month of July to finish your 500 Club enrollments. So that's 10 enrollments at 200 PV to get an additional $500 or an iPad, or we do $750 in product. So the 500 Club going forward is only going to be for new distributors. We're not going to open it up for existing distributors anymore. So it's only for new distributors that sign up. They will need to get their 500 Club or 500 Club enrollments, their 10 enrollments within their first 90 days. So that leads me into the first announcement, which is our new bonuses. I don't know if you guys know this, but ACTIVZ, it probably pays out probably the highest payout of any network marketing company out there. And I've worked for several network marketing companies. I know the ins and outs of their compensation plan. I know what they promote that they pay, but I know what they actually pay. So I can tell you that ACTIVZ we consistently pay out more than 50% of commissions. And I can almost guarantee you that no other company out there can say that. But what we've done is we've made our compensation plan even better, and we have launched 3 new bonuses that are going to help you build your business. So these bonuses reward you for the work you're already doing, and it also rewards you and it teaches you what you should be doing so that you can make advance. It's going to reward you on enrollments. It's going to reward you to train your team to duplicate what you're doing. So them enrolling, and it's going to reward you on people reordering. So those are the three main things that you should be working on with in your business to make sure that you're rank advancing and you're being successful. Enrollments, duplication, reorders. So we've come out with our activation bonus, our duplication bonus, and our reorder bonus. And I'm just going to jump into this and just show you a couple slides and go over it pretty quickly. If you guys have any questions, our call center is trained on all of these bonuses, and they can help you answer any questions that you have. So let's jump into this really quick. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Okay, great. So 3 new bonuses, as I discussed. We have our activation bonus, which is going to be for new distributors. We will have our duplication bonus, and we'll have our reorder bonus. For the month of July, everyone can participate in the activation bonus. So that is going to be enroll 3 new distributors, and you're going to get an additional $80. So going forward, that will just be open to new distributors. But from the 24th, which is when we have the event, until the end of the month, any distributor can participate in the activation bonus. So what the activation bonus is enroll 3 people in your first 30 days, and you're going to earn an extra $80. And why do we do this? So the reason why we do this is we really encourage people to come in either at the 200 level or the 500 level. And so we created this bonus, the activation bonus, so that when people enroll another 3 distributors, they duplicate what they're doing, or they come in at the same level that they came in. We want to make sure that they get their money back, so that you have a return on investment when you're building your business. So if you enroll 3 distributors for July, it's going to be from the 24th into the 31st, you're going to get an extra $80. So going forward, as you talk to people about the compensation plan, if they enroll 3 new distributors within their first 30 days, they're going to get an additional $80 on top of their fast start bonus. The other reason why this is important, the other reason why we have done this, is because we have found that people that enroll someone within their first 30 days, they're more likely to be successful. They're more likely to go on with the business and reach higher ranks and be more successful in the business. So we want to motivate them, and we want to help you guys motivate them in making sure that they get their enrollments in within the first 30 days that they enroll. So that's the first bonus. The second bonus is our duplication bonus. So when you come in and you enroll your 3 people, you need to make sure that your people are duplicating what you're doing, that they go and enroll 3 people as well. So you're going to earn $10 on the very first person that your personal enrollments enroll. So if I join the business and I enroll Stu, and then Stu goes out and he enrolls David within his first 30 days, and we can't enroll anyone because we're on corporate, but we're just going to use this as an example. So if Stu goes out and enrolls David within his first 30 days, Stu is going to get the, if he enrolls 3 people, he'll get the $80 activation bonus, but then I will get $10 bonus from him enrolling David, because I went and I helped Stu duplicate what I am doing as well. So for every personal enrollment that Stu has, if he helps them enroll someone, I'm going to get $10. So this is also going to help you with rewarding you to make sure that your team is duplicating the efforts that you're doing as well. So that is our duplication bonus. And then our reorder bonus. So when your personal enrollments reorder within their second month, if they reorder 100 PV or more, you're going to get an additional $10 on top of that. So you'll get unilevel, but then you're going to get another $10 on top of your unilevel. And again, we just want to reward the behavior that people should be doing in order for you to be successful. So when you sign someone up, it's really important to encourage them to sign up on auto ship. So when their auto ship fires the second month, you're automatically going to get not just your unilevel, but you're also going to get your $10 reorder bonus for every personally enrolled distributor that reorders on their second month. So that is our first announcement. So this is absolutely incredible because one, you're already doing this. So we're going to reward you for work you're already doing. But it helps you to just, again, reiterate the steps you should be taking to be successful. Enrolling, duplicating, reorders. So that was our first announcement. The second announcement that we had was we are offering commissions to be paid in Bitcoin. So there's a few things to talk about on this. First of all, it's not ready yet. So it's going to be ready by September 1st, if not before. But we're super excited because we know there's a lot of people out there that are very into cryptocurrency. They want to be paid commissions. This is going to work really well for our international markets, but it's also available to people in the US. So in your back office, there is going to be a commission section in your back office, and you can just go back in your back office and select crypto. This is not a wallet. You have to have your own Bitcoin wallet for us to pay into, but you go back there, you select the cryptocurrency, you'll enter in your wallet ID, and then we will pay your commissions out in Bitcoin. So there is a fluctuation in the Bitcoin market. You need to realize that we will pay you based on that day's Bitcoin rate. We only pay in Bitcoin. I know that there's other cryptocurrencies out there, but we are only offering to pay in Bitcoin at this time, and we're not offering any wallets. So you need to go out there and find the wallet that you would like if this is something you're interested in. But the other important thing is you can change at any time. So if you want to be paid in Bitcoin one week, but to your hyper wallet the next week, you have full control over that in your back office. And you can go and you can, in your back office, select how you want to be paid. So we're really excited about being able to pay in Bitcoin. This is another piece of our ACTIVZ Pay, which is what we call our commission payment program. So we have Hyperwallet, which gives you a physical card, also kind of an online account. And then now we have Bitcoin for the US as well. And we're just going to be expanding our different programs as we go. So that was our second announcement. Our third announcement, which I'll kind of leave more of the details for Ryan and David to talk about, but we announced our next incentive trip. So the qualifications are online at activz.com. There is a tab at the top that says incentive trip. You can click on there and find the details on how to qualify. We're super excited about being able to go to Costa Rica. We want everyone to be there. We want everyone to qualify. So make sure that you go online, you check out how you get qualified, and you start running for it now. July counts. July counts as part of your qualification. So you have July through October of this year to qualify with points. It's going to be 150 points. You can earn points by you personally rank advancing, by your personal enrollments rank advancing, by people reordering. Again, all the things that we talked about how to make you successful, we build these programs around that so that we're just helping you build your business. So you get points by reorders, by enrollments, by personal rank advancements, and by you personally rank advancing. So go online, check it out, make sure that you have your own path to be able to qualify for the incentive trip, because we want everyone to join us in Costa Rica in April. So that was our biggest announcement, I would say. I'm looking to look back at my notes to see if I'm missing anything. But I think I covered everything that was at the event. So if you guys have any questions, reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. And Stu, I'm going to turn the time back over to you.
Thank you so much, Angie. You did a great job in clarifying those new bonuses. Does anyone, before we move on, does anyone on this call, and this is the benefit of logging on to this corporate call, because you get firsthand information, and we also allow you to ask questions now. So if anyone has any questions in regarding these new bonuses or the incentive trip or the Bitcoin announcement that we made, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. I'll give some time to make sure anyone either raise their hand or unmute themselves to ask a question. Don't be afraid,
I
because we want you to understand it so you can relay that message to your groups, to your team members. Go ahead, Julie. I think you was going to say something.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I really would love to understand. I know nothing about Bitcoin and it doesn't make sense to me. So if you could just explain a little bit more about how and why we would even want to go that route, how it would be better than just, receiving money or whatever.
Yeah, instead on this call, why don't we set up a separate training call that we can invite people to, and we'll spend some time on Bitcoin and discussing that.
Yeah, I'm going to respond real quick. Without going through the details and explaining. Let me, Julia, hello, by the way.
Hi there.
So Bitcoin, I mean, beyond all the hype of Bitcoin, which there's been a lot of hype, as we all know, over the last several years. Why are we adding that as an option? It has to do with, most to do, Julia, with the fact that we have a very hard time figuring out how to pay people in other countries, right? There's a lot of limitations. We can't do direct deposits in, a lot of countries. We can't pay in hyper wallet. PayPal doesn't work. So it just expands our reach. Okay, that's the quick answer. There is risk in being paid through Bitcoin. If you get paid in Bitcoin and the value drops, you essentially lose value. If it goes up, you gain value. So that there are a lot of people though that want that. We've done quite a bit of due diligence. And when I say due diligence, this mostly has to do in markets where it is very difficult for us to pay them. There's a lot of restrictions. It's very restrictive. I'm going to use Bolivia as an example, Julia. We can't just make direct deposits into Bolivia, which is, one of our global connect markets. Even once we are officially there, it will be a challenge. So paying people in cryptocurrency, in this case, Bitcoin, it's a way for us to pay them, right? So they receive digital currency in a digital wallet that they can then convert to their own local currency, right? And they can transfer it to their own bank account, or they can keep it as digital currency and use it to pay for things that accepts that. So that's the short answer, Julia. To go through, we can develop, like Angie said, a more in-depth training on how to do this if you don't have a background and you're not alone. I think most people don't know how to do this. It is interesting though, and I will point this out, in many of our global connect countries. And what I mean is everywhere from Bolivia to people in Brazil to people in Panama and the Dominican Republic have been asking for this because they know how hard it is for us to pay them. And they are actually accustomed to this. So this was a big reason why we implemented this.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, because at least it also helps us know what direction you guys were taking with it. So
yeah,
in recruiting other people, this will be very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julia. Yep.
That was a great question, Julia. I appreciate that you asking it, because I know a lot of people are probably thinking the same thing. Is there any other questions in regards to these bonuses or announcements that we have for anyone else? Okay. If not, and if you feel a little shy, just go ahead in the chat box. You guys can ask your questions if you want, or just call or email us separately. But I will tell you this, with David, Angie, and Ryan on board, if you can be successful in achieving these new bonuses that Angie just pointed out, it will make achieving and qualifying for our incentive trip um, highly achievable, right? So as Angie pointed out, we want to, you know, duplicate what we can. We want to reactivate people as what we can, and so our incentive trip is based upon points, which Ryan, I cannot believe how much, he loves you guys. He didn't lower the standards of what ACTIVZ has, because he really, David and Ryan have high standards for this company and for you as leaders and distributors. But what they did do is lower the points. So if you work with your teams, whether they're newly found distributors, whether they've been on the fence for a year or couple months or so, or who's been in the business for a while, if you can get these people going with you, reactivate them and help them duplicate what you're doing, you will have all those people with you in Costa Rica. And wouldn't that be something fun? That would be something remarkable, that when you enjoy the fruits of your labor, you're going to be with the people that you have shared it with. And there's nothing better than sharing or experiencing happiness with those that you love. And so, this new bonuses go hand in hand in introducing this new incentive trips that we're going, the qualifications that we have these next couple of months. So I encourage you to concentrate on these new bonuses, because it will help you qualify for an incentive trip. And they did a great job in really thinking about these things. Um, Antonella, I guess, do you have a hand up or a question that you wanted to ask? Um, let's see if you can unmute yourself here. Are you- I can see that you're talking, and um, let's see. Can you unmute yourself, Antonella? Yeah, there you go.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good morning for you. I'm in evening. I'm from Italy. Thank you for invite. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Welcome, Antonella. We're happy to have you with us.
Thank you. It's a very honor to me. I apply through my Mexican friend from Baja California, Cabo San Lucas, Daniel Parra. And anyway, I don't have many questions at this moment because I just have an inscription, but I would like to know if eventually you guys would like to expand it to Europe, because it's very different for us to be able to have the product in Italy, unfortunately. But I have a lot of people that have been talking and they would like to order, but if we have a lot of different problem with the shipping, and if it's not this moment we should talk, I would like to have a meeting with you at Zoom later so I can expose what I request, or maybe what you guys can help to build the business in Europe.
Okay, I'll refer that question to our CEO, David Brown.
Or Ryan. I think the short answer is, Antonella, yes, we are very interested in Europe. We understand the difficulties associated with shipping and the costs, but we are looking, especially through our Global Connect program, which we can explain later. And Daniel, I see that Daniel's on the phone also. We'll look for ways to make it as easy as possible, but we do know that there are some challenges for us. Ryan, any other things you'd like to add on that?
No. Yeah, we can contact us individually, but that's a great question. We do have people all over the world, including Europe right now, that are participating in the Global Connect program, Antonella. So
yes, I will appreciate if you organize one Zoom special for us.
Yeah, let me just make a quick comment. Who enrolled you?
Daniel Parra from Baja California.
Okay. Why don't you put get in contact with her, and then let's have a call, okay? And we can talk you through the Global Connect program. You can also speak with our customer service department, and they can explain.
No, I already did. I'm sorry, but I already did everything. I only have some people here that would like to order a product, but unfortunately, we talk in private. I would like that. I took the advantage because since I'm in Europe, it's harder for me to connect with you through the phone. So if it's in a Zoom or something, I will very pleased for.
Yeah, we can organize that. Coordinate it with your enroller, and we can do a Zoom with you. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you
nice
very much.
Very nice to meet you, Antonella. Saludos a Italia.
Grazie, grazie. And by the way, do you know why my urgency is? Because we have a lot of people that are very sick with the vaccine. So this is the good time to invest, to make, improve and show the epigenetic product. This is
Yeah.
why my
Well,
urgency.
we agree with you.
That's exciting.
Okay.
This is urgent time. Thank you, Antonella. Nice to meet
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that I interrupted the thing, but
No,
I want to.
Thank you.
fine. Thank you,
Thank you.
Antonella.
Antonella. We
Bye-bye.
appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Stu?
Thank you very much. Same here. Thank you.
Yes, we will set something up with you in your upline, and then we'll walk you through that. So appreciate the question that you have. Um, so any other questions? If not, we'll just finish up recapping the event, which just to wanted to let each and every one of you know, as you probably already know, we had two new videos that we introduced at the event, and both of them are on the YouTube channel, on ACTIVZ YouTube channel, as well as in the app. And that is the new Arrow video, Idol or Arrow video on there, as well as our new compensation plan video, which I know a lot of you have been waiting for. So it is finally up, and we appreciate your patience in that. I think those will be useful tools, especially this summer. Everybody's working on their beach bodies. Arrow is a great product to get people into that beach body, which I still trying to work on, even though we got 12 months of summer basically here in Hawaii. So I really appreciate that video. It was well done. And as you know, I think Angie pointed it out as well. There are some familiar faces on those videos for those that probably caught that as well. We also had great presentations from our scientific advisory board members on there that Antonella pointed out, as well as even last night on the call, our medical forum call with Dr. Earl, showing the power of our products as it relates to the, COVID-19, how it, we can overcome that, how we can prevent a lot of these sickness and diseases that is out there. And so it's very powerful stuff. We also had a very very inspiring guest speaker as well, our triple amputee speaker. His name just escaped my mind, and it is
Rajesh Sirbal.
Rajesh, yes, Rajesh. And the thing that I caught about his, it's just powerful because his grandmother only went to the fourth grade. And right there, he lost me already because he reminded me of my grandma who only went to the eighth grade. But yet they were very successful women. And so education doesn't define you. It's what you do with your life and how you actually help other people, such as Rajesh, how the grandmother inspired him to make pain his power, not his weakness, but his power. And so there were a lot of great notes that I took from his messages. And so I know there's some hands that's still going up due to time. If you could just type your questions in there, because I really want to highlight someone here today. We talked about her and we highlighted her last week. She recently enrolled in ACTIVZ. And in the very short time, she's already an A5. And there are a lot of people last week in the text saying, we want to hear from Diane. What is her secret? What has she been doing? And so Diane Young is going to be our guest speaker today. And I'm going to apologize real quick. I'm not sick. I don't have COVID. I know my voice sounds real horsey. We had our Hell Week for football 2 days, these past couple of days, excluding Sunday. And so I'm just trying to get my coaching voice. I've been screaming the past couple of days at the young men here, and my voice started cracking and everything. And so that's why I apologize for my voice today. But I do want to introduce Diane. She has been a massage therapist for about 26 years.
Mhm.
She's also an entrepreneur, owning her own business as well for over 10 years. Very successful in network marketing, which she has done her whole life. And she feels that ACTIVZ is where she's going to leave her legacy, not only for herself, but for her daughter as well. And so, with that, I'm going to turn the time over to Diane to reintroduce herself and to tell you a little bit about herself. And then we'll have a little short interview between myself and Diane going along. So, I'll let Diane start speaking and introducing herself more in depth to everyone.
Oh, well, thank you, Stu. Can I call you Stu? Everybody else does. I
You
love
can
that.
call me
Yeah,
anything you
great,
want, Stu works.
great. Well, I really want to thank you, number one, for the honor and the privilege of sharing. And that's basically what we do, right? In this business is share. And something that I've been doing a lot of, obviously. Did you want me to talk a little bit about myself or go into how this all happened for me?
Yeah, I would love to,
Okay.
because um, you told me that you were always involved in network marketing before.
Yeah, I have
So
been
what
actually.
attracted you to ACTIVZ, and then tell us about your journey here.
Well, actually, I have been off and on in different network marketing companies, and I've always been in love with the industry. I could never figure out why everybody, somebody wouldn't want to be. I love the residual income, and it just made sense to me. So from the get-go, since I was like really right out of high school, but and what attracted me to ACTIVZ? Well, actually, first I didn't want to look at it. I have Jan is on here with me. Like I said in my sound bite, I had said no. I have had 2 family members that I've been caring for in my home, and I really didn't have an extra minute. And she came up. She's recently moved to Arizona, came back up, took me to lunch, as I said. And so I looked at the video. She promised me, and I looked at it, and we had a 3-way with Trisha. And number one, so the number one thing that kept resonating with me was that David Brown and Ryan Thompson, this makes me cry literally, are not going to compromise our comp plan or the product. So I had full confidence and a deep conviction right there in the beginning. I just keep looking back at what really got me. That was it. And then the science behind it with the most incredible scientist in the world. And I have to tell you, Al Zapp is right in my backyard. I grew up in North Idaho. And if nobody knows who he is, they will. He is the guru of supplement companies, and he just sold his business. I have friends, I don't know a friend that doesn't have his supplements in their homes. So when he sold that and said that this is the ultimate in supplements with butyric acid, I was just like, are you kidding me? You've got to be kidding me. So I set out, I got in on the 1st, signed up on the 1st. On the 3rd, I shared it with, I'm passionate about pickleball. I've had some very serious injuries, fractured neck and back, and 8 years ago. But anyway, enough about that. I'm healed, and shared it with pickleball friend, and she was very interested. So then on the 3rd, I went out to some dear friends, Matthew and Evelyn, who also participated with me in another multi-level business. And they have a beautiful place on the lake, and we just hung out, and I dripped on them and shared this. I didn't know where they go. And throughout the day, I could see Matthew's, his brain, just the cranks just going, and he churning. And by the end of the day, he was calling people. In fact, he called Paul Pfaff, who is on this video right now, and Paul jumped on board. So I knew right then that I had what I like to call my mastermind group. I mean, we feed off each other, and that's really important to have. The little bit of success feeds on more success. So then I started calling friends and family. And to be honest with you, I've only had one no, and that was with my pickleball's friend. But I'm not saying that I won't, and that's okay if I do. I brought them all in as business partners. We are all business partners. And one of the things I want to thank Evelyn Felton with, when we were talking about this business, she said one of the things that bothered her is that we're doing our other business primarily, as I was working as a business, I thought I was, but really people were coming in with the product. So I thought, I'm going to lead lead with the product. With the business. I'm going to do everything I can to follow my, who I call my lead support and business partner, Trisha Albrechtsen. That was the other thing. Are you kidding me? A 3-way with Trisha Albrechtsen, I get to work with her? Who could lose with this? This is unbelievable. Like, pinch me every moment of the day, pinch me. And this business is fairly new in the United States, so I can't understand why anybody wouldn't be sharing it constantly. So I've been doing just that, and Trisha has been leading and guiding me, thank God, and Coco, who's on here, and Jan, and we're building a team, and we're a team now, and I just am ecstatic. So in fact, I just had acupuncture treatment, and I couldn't stop talking in there for the little bit amount of time that I had with her. She's also a friend, and I'm meeting with her and her mother, who was my partner in massage therapy school, like, I don't know how many years ago, 26 years ago. So if you're excited and you know what you have in your hands, how could you not share this? This is what I'm saying. So our team is the same, and no matter what your circumstances are, I didn't have a minute to my day. What I was going on here in my home was just starting to lighten up, and I suppose the Lord knew that, and this was the perfect time for me.
Wow, that is amazing. I know you're an avid pickleball player, so definitely our products can help you and the many around you. For anyone else on here, if you rewatch some of the clips from our um, virtual event on the 24th, Al Zap talks about his Silox Dex key patent pending technology. And as Diane pointed out, he's a brilliant,
Oh,
brilliant guy. And
yeah.
so, next to Ryan and David in their business sense and how they're putting this company together, I will concur with Diane that this is the place. We have
Yeah.
high integrity people with scientific back products, and so thanks for pointing that out, Diane. Really
Oh,
appreciate it.
yes.
So you said you just signed up the beginning of this month in July,
Yes.
especially knowing the people that you know. Thank you, Jan, Trish, Coco, for being on this call, for supplying the support to Diane and contributing to her success.
Yes.
Was there any time during your first 3 weeks, you basically, when you started, that you thought, wow, this is not for me, or what kind of hard challenges that you may have encountered in this 3 weeks, and what did you do to keep going? Because as Angie pointed out, one of the reasons why we have the bonuses which we created is we feel that if you in your first 30 days start to sign up others and you start finding success, you're less likely to quit. But on the average, as David pointed out last week on one of our calls, people only average one or two new distributors that they find. And so, what advice would you have for those that probably don't have a big Rolodex like some others, or people who are new to this business? What can they do to find success like how you have?
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that was a couple of questions in there. But number one, I just want to say that I'm not bragging when I say I haven't had a no, but to be honest with you, very honest with you, this doesn't seem like work at all to me. I really haven't had a bad day with this. I haven't had, if somebody's, that gal she said, thinks she's too old. Are you kidding me? If you're breathing, you need our products at least, right? And she'll come in later, I'm sure. But anyway, and if not, that's okay. What advice would I give for someone who doesn't have a lot of contacts? Well, if you go out in public at all, or you have a phone, you have contacts. And those people are breathing and they have a pulse, and our products are second to none. I mean, literally, we have products that nobody else has. Al Zap says that Lynx is everybody needs the products, number one, but who doesn't need financial assistance? I have a friend I was just talking with her, and she's probably a billionaire by now, but she said I could have a lot of fun she doesn't have a lot of cash flow. I'd have a lot of fun on 5,000 a month. So everybody needs us either way. There's not one person that doesn't need this. So the key is really to open your mouth, I would say, and share, just share. And nobody knows about this yet. I was the first in Washington. Our team is the first in the Inland Northwest. And in fact, where did the gal from Italy go? I forgot her first name, but a friend of mine who always wanted to be a distributor in another company for years, 9 years, she wasn't able to be, but we got it. She's in Switzerland and she came on board. So, you know, it's there's always a will and always a way. So we are open to most countries, almost every country in the world. So does that answer your question?
Yes, that did. Thank you so much. I am actually going to put um, Trish, Jan, or Coco on the spot real quick. You guys have done an amazing job
Yeah.
in helping Diane reach what and Diane just said, she getting on a three-way. Trish, that's a blessing. That's great or whatever. As uplines, can you give advice to those on this call how they can be a better mentor to those that are in their organization?
Coco, do you want me to start?
Yes, and then I go next.
All right. We've taught for years that people come into these businesses in all different states of readiness. So some people will be what we call incubators, and they're going to just need to be loved on for a little while until they're ready to bloom. And other people come in like Diane that are ready to go. And for those people, we see them as leaders right from the get-go. They're ready to take it on by themselves, but you don't leave those leaders by themselves. You never want to look at anybody as a way to the top. We don't ride people, we help people. And so the people that are leaders, we want to stop and give them all the support they need, because if they're calling 6 times a day or 10 times a day, I've had so many people over the years that apologize for calling me all the time. And when you have a leader that's doing that, you want to give them all the help that they need, because the faster you can train them, the faster they will take ownership. And then you're running with someone all the way to the top. And, I've changed my schedule and made arrangements to go up and help Diane, not because she needs it. She's obviously running perfectly fine on her own. And Matthew and these leaders that are coming on board, they know what they're doing. But it's worth it for me to secure that friendship and to be able to secure that we look at them almost as a firewall, and that ensures longevity of the company. And you're going to find, I hope you don't take offense to that, Diane. I see so much more than you than a firewall, but
No.
It creates strength points in your business, and you find those leaders about every 5 levels. Diane was lucky enough to find one on her front level, maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll see what happens as these leaders come and develop. But most often, leaders show up about every 5 levels. And so if you'll take the time to stop and develop those leaders when you find them, it will shore up everyone in between, because everyone in between gets excited when there's a lot of growth and momentum underneath them. So we're so excited to have Diane on board, and anything that we can do to help her team is our top priority right now, because we know she's a self-starter and she doesn't need it or want it forever. But if we can give her everything she needs in the beginning and get her off to a solid start, then we know she'll be a leader in this company forever.
Hey, Trish, I was gonna say, hey, I am your first level. I am not the 5th level. Hey,
right? I got lucky.
You are. Nah, I got lucky. Yeah, I was gonna say that something that I'm learning here is to be patient and not let people that, like Trish called it, incubators, no, let them be like, don't forget about them. Just be patient, because you never know when they're gonna wake up, and you don't know who they're gonna bring. So when Diane enjoyed the team, I mean, there has been calls that is like midnight and we are talking with somebody, and Diana, apologize, are you okay, Coco? Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I feel the passion that she has for being in the company and the products, and I feel is the same passion that Trish and I, we had about being here working together, that being very late with somebody, that didn't bother me at all. So it's like a pleasure to help her, because Trish say something very, very good, that when you see a leader, the soonest and the better you prepare that leader, you're gonna have more time to help other leaders. So to be helping Diane, because she's very sharp and she did in the past, it's been very amazing to see that. And I remember the first thing that I did with her was to put her team on with David, so David can
Yes.
get the welcome, and he can answer all the questions they had from the previous and the new one. And like, okay, forget about this me, because I was knowing that one, so let's go put David. And that cleared, I think that Zoom call cleared all the questions that they had, and they get power to keep going. So I feel that we had amazing support, and that support is a reflection that what we had here with Diane and the team, that they feel very strong, they feel very supported, and they're very excited and happy.
So for me, I was the incubator. But thank goodness Trish and Coco they kept in contact. Even when I wouldn't reach out to them, they'd reach out to me. So they never stopped. But I did talk to her a lot about people I knew, Diane, and of course, and Trish, kept telling me, get her on a three-way, and I said, well, I can't. She's not ready. She doesn't want, anyway, but they never gave up. I moved to Arizona right at the beginning of COVID. So we were immediately in lockdown. So I knew no neighbors. I mean, nobody was visiting. There was, well, everybody knows that. And so I felt like everybody I knew was in Washington, and I just felt like that was my excuse, I guess, And of course, Trish kept saying, well, we can do it on Zoom calls, So, but anyway, so now the excitement that Diane and her team are generating for me is invigorating me also. So, so it's like a whole new chapter. So I'm really excited to get going.
Wow. Thank you, Coco and Jan and Trisha, for sharing your thoughts, and more so for your support.
Yes.
Never giving up, always helping those. And Trish brought up a good word, friendship. You guys are friends and family to
Yeah.
this. So I appreciate your words. I know we're getting there on time, and so Diane, any last thoughts or advice you want to share with those on this call?
Yes, thank you. I always have something to say. I guess that's part of it. But number one, I want to thank God. But number two, these three ladies, I could not have done it without them. And really, truly, now it's all about the team. It really, truly, and the team really is everyone in ACTIVZ, because we are all business partners together, aren't we? And especially as we share that, I'm very close to I can't believe it's sharing the global compensation plan. Even if it is an eighth or whatever, 1%, that's so exciting. But I was thinking about your question about what would somebody do that doesn't have that contact list, or I would say contact your leader support. Yeah. And if you feel like you don't have one, call the company. They'll probably hook you up with somebody. Give us a call. But really, truly right now, it's about supporting the team. And we're just so thrilled and thankful to be here and to be a part of ACTIVZ, especially this early on. Was another thing, was to be, I've had, my brother said this morning, sis, you're finally in one right off the bat. So exciting. We're all excited.
Well, we're excited to have you and have you part of our team. So appreciate you and for everything that you do. So to close our meeting up, I will turn the time over to our CEO, David Brown, to give our closing remarks, and we will then do our lucky draw afterwards.
Thanks, Stu. Well, listen, I don't think there's much else to say. I think we've been well taught on this call. Diane has certainly shown a great example. I think actually you may have hit A6 already.
Well,
So I think we're selling her a little bit short by saying A5, but that's a pretty fast A6 in 3.5 weeks. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And everyone learns a great lesson from Dan in incubating and realizing, hey, just don't give up on people. You know,
Yeah.
timing is everything. And I think that as Trish and Coco said, the importance of team, and Diane mentioned this as well, is really key. I think the one thing though, that going back to the beginning of this call in kind of recapping the global event, if you haven't had a chance to listen to it because of the technical difficulties we experienced on Saturday, I really urge you to do so, because there are really some great points that were brought up. If you haven't had a chance to listen to Martine, Lita, and Susie Ortega, they did a great job, as did Christina Godoy, who is on this call. And then the one thing that really, I can tell you, the one thing that made a really huge impression upon me was that presentation by Rajesh Tribal. His whole point about using pain as your power. I don't think I'd ever heard that before. And it really is interesting, isn't it? I mean, when you think about a man whose virtually every step that he takes when he has his prosthetics on causes pain. And yet, if he was just sitting on the couch and not doing anything, he wouldn't feel any pain, of course, but he also wouldn't be making any progress, and he wouldn't be accomplishing the things that he really wants to. And I think what a great example for all of us. There's certainly pain associated. Diane's experience is unusual. There's usually a lot more pain associated with building your business than so far she's experienced. And we know that it's never an uninterrupted flight to glory. There are pitfalls along the way. It's a roller coaster, a mental and emotional roller coaster as well. But the good news is whenever it's feeling painful, that means you're doing something. When it's not painful, that means you're not really doing anything, okay? So embrace the pain and realize that through that pain, it's the old saying, I'm sure those of us who have played sports, and Stu's probably said this to lots of kids, no pain, no gain, right? And you've got to have that pain in order to achieve what we want. And then of course, the pain, the pain goes away. And it's not that the pain's not there, but what we've started interpreting it as, this isn't pain anymore. I used to think this was pain, but now it's actually kind of fun. And it's like Rajesh. There's pain with every step that he takes in a marathon, every stroke that he makes while swimming with different prosthetics, every cycle, every revolution he makes on a bike with his third kind of prosthetics. He probably feels it physically, but the endorphins and the good feelings that he gets by accomplishing that more than offset any discomfort he might be feeling physically. And I can promise you that, just as Diane's mentioned, and we have great examples on this call, I can tell you what, the pain that Christina's feeling now is very different than the pain she was feeling 3 years ago. Is that correct, Christina? And so it's true of everyone on this call. So thank you. We've been well fed, and I just want to encourage you all to follow up with those things, because really the key to success is not secret. It's not a secret of success. It's just doing it and incurring the pain along the way so that you can achieve the goals that you want. So thanks, Stu. Thanks, Angie. And we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you all again soon and next week. I know that I'm going to be up in Seattle, or not Seattle, but Spokane in the not too distant future. I'm looking forward to doing that. And as we continue to grow in these various areas, I look forward to seeing you not just on these Zoom calls, but direct and in person. So thank you all. Stu?
Thank you.
Thank you, David. I'll turn the time over to Angie for our lucky wheel.